Today, we will address a seemingly innocent practice that many men consider a gesture of courtesy or affection, sending a good morning text every day to the woman they are trying to woo. At first glance, it may seem like a harmless expression of interest and care, but this routine action carries deep implications that may be undermining your chances without you even realizing it. Sending a good morning message daily is a classic mistake that reveals a lot about the dynamics of investment in a relationship. On the surface, it appears as a sweet gesture, a way to start the day showing that you are thinking of her. However, this act, especially when unsolicited or unreciprocated, can quickly transform her perception of you from a romantic interest to someone who is always available, perhaps even desperately waiting for her attention. This mistake is rooted in a critical misunderstanding of investment dynamics. The idea that matching or exceeding a woman's emotional investment will ensure her interest. In reality, this often results in the opposite effect. Overexposure, your constant digital presence in her life, can lead to a devaluation of your presence. She begins to expect these messages, and what was special becomes ordinary, what was charming becomes predictable. Moreover, this behavior reveals a lack of scarcity and market value. In terms of attraction, less is often more. Rarity increases value. When you are always available, always initiating contact, you inadvertently communicate that your options are limited and that your time, which should be valuable, is cheap. In this segment, as we explore the consequences of this common behavior, we propose a paradigm shift. Understand that true attraction begins not with the frequency of your messages, but with the quality of your personal life and how you value yourself. We will unveil how to transform your approach, ensuring that each interaction enhances your value in her eyes, rather than diminishing it. As you delve deeper into the art of seduction and relationship building, it is crucial to understand the dynamics of investment, which are fundamental to maintaining balance and mutual interest. This concept involves much more than just how many messages you send or how often you call. It's about the quality and value of what is shared between you. At the beginning of any relationship, it is common for the man to take the lead in investment. This can include initiating conversations, planning dates, and creating opportunities to get to know each other better. These initial investments are essential to demonstrate interest and establish a connection. However, this is just the beginning of the dance. After the first intimate contact, whether it's a kiss or spending a night together, the balance of investment should begin to shift. From this critical point, it is vital that the woman starts to invest more in the relationship to maintain the man's interest. This is not about games or manipulation. It is a matter of mutual respect and genuine interest. If the man continues to be the only one making all the emotional and temporal investments, this can lead to a devaluation of his value in her eyes. A common mistake many men make is to continue investing at the same intensity or even increase their efforts after this initial point. This can send the wrong message, that he is desperately trying to win her affection or that he has no other options or interests beyond her. This can make her feel less attracted and even undermine the seriousness of any future commitment. Therefore, it is essential to understand and apply the balance of investment. When a woman begins to reciprocate the investment you make, it is a clear sign that she values the relationship and is interested in developing it. This can be demonstrated by her planning dates, initiating conversations, and showing interest in your life and passions. This balance not only keeps the attraction alive but also builds a solid foundation for a healthy and mutually rewarding relationship. By allowing this balance to manifest naturally, you solidify your position as a high-value man who knows what he wants and is not afraid to wait for his investment to be reciprocated. After the first intimate contact or significant encounter, many men fall into the trap of drastically altering their investment pattern, becoming overly available. This behavior is marked by an increase in the volume and frequency of messages, calls, and plans for meetings, in an attempt to solidify the bond created. Unfortunately, this approach often produces the opposite effect of what is desired. A man's overavailability after the first meeting or intimate contact is one of the biggest mistakes he can make. This behavior sends a nonverbal message that he does not have many other options or priorities, which, paradoxically, can decrease his attractiveness in the eyes of the woman. Women are naturally attracted to men who demonstrate that they have a full and interesting life, not just those who seem to be waiting for a woman to be the center of their lives. Moreover, this excess availability can make the woman feel that the man is too secure or predictable. Psychologically, uncertainty in moderate doses can significantly increase romantic interest. When a man becomes too predictable, the mystery and excitement that usually fuel initial attraction can quickly dissipate. This imbalance not only diminishes attraction but can also lead the woman to question the quality of the man as a potential partner. If he is always available and constantly initiating contact, She may begin to wonder if he really is the alpha male he seemed to be or just someone desperate for attention and affirmation. To correct or avoid this unbalanced investment pattern, it is crucial for men to maintain a stance of confidence and self-worth after the first meeting. They should continue to live their lives fully and richly, ensuring that any investment made in the woman is balanced and thoughtful, not merely an emotional reaction to the initial connection. By maintaining an interesting and full life with or without her presence, the man not only preserves his own value in her eyes but also sets a platform for her to increase her investment in the relationship, seeking his attention and company more actively. This balances the dynamics and keeps mutual attraction alive, creating a healthy cycle of investment and interest that can sustain and deepen the relationship. Scarcity is one of the most powerful laws of human psychology, especially when applied to the art of seduction and interpersonal relationships. For a man aspiring to be perceived as a superior alpha, understanding and implementing the scarcity of his attention and time can radically transform how women perceive and react to him. Being scarce does not mean being indifferent or distant randomly, but rather managing your availability in a way that maximizes interest and attraction. A high-value man knows that his attention is a valuable commodity and, as such, should not be freely offered or without discernment. Consider the operation of a bank that is open 24 hours a day, every day. If customers know they can visit the bank at any hour, they may choose to go at less convenient times for them, without haste or urgency. This constant access diminishes the perceived value of the service because it is always available. Now, imagine a bank that is open for only a few hours on specific days. Customers will plan their visits carefully, prioritize their transactions, and value the time they have access to the bank services. The bank becomes something valuable and desirable because its access is limited. Similarly, when a man is always available, always ready to respond to messages, calls, or invitations, he risks being perceived as someone who has no other priorities or options. His constant availability can cause his perceived value to diminish in the eyes of an interested woman. To effectively implement scarcity, a man should prioritize his own passions, hobbies, and obligations over the need to be always accessible. Limit the frequency with which he initiates contact, leaving room for her to miss him and take the initiative to seek him out. Respond to communications thoughtfully, showing that although he values the relationship, he also has other important activities in his life. This approach not only increases his value in the game of seduction but also encourages the woman to invest more in the relationship. By realizing that the man's time and attention are limited resources, she is more likely to deeply value each interaction, and paradoxically, make more effort to be in his company. Diversifying your options is a strategy not only for financial investments but also for personal and romantic relationships. For a man seeking to assert himself as a superior alpha, maintaining multiple options in the romantic field is not an act of insensitivity, but a demonstration of self-worth and confidence. This concept can be misinterpreted as an encouragement to play with others' feelings, but when understood and applied correctly, it's about maintaining a healthy perspective and emotional control over your love life. One of the critical mistakes a man can make is to focus all his romantic and emotional attention on a single woman, especially in the early stages of a relationship. This creates a dynamic imbalance where he can become overly dependent on her feedback and validation, making him vulnerable to emotional games and manipulation. Moreover, this can inadvertently place the woman on a pedestal, a position no one should occupy in the dynamics of a healthy relationship. Benefits of maintaining multiple options. 1. Increases confidence. Knowing that you have various options naturally elevates your self-esteem and confidence. You are no longer operating from a place of need but from a choice. This is attractive and often translates into a more relaxed and secure demeanor, which is crucial for attracting and maintaining women's interest. 2. Reduces pressure. Having multiple options decreases the pressure on any individual interaction. You are less likely to make mistakes caused by nervousness or the fear of losing a single opportunity. This calm allows you to be more authentic and present in the moments together, qualities highly valued. 3. Encourages healthy competition. When a woman realizes that she is not your only option, it can instigate a natural desire to compete for your attention. This should not be confused with manipulative games. It is a fundamental aspect of human psychology. The desire to be chosen or preferred is a powerful motivator, and when a woman feels she needs to stand out among others, she often brings her best version to the relationship. 4. Allows clear standards. Having options allows you to set clear standards for what you expect and accept in relationships. You are less likely to tolerate negative or undesirable behaviors when you know you have viable alternatives. This not only improves the quality of your relationships but also reinforces your self-respect. Ultimately, having multiple options is a reflection of a full and interesting life. It's not about being unfaithful or uncommitted but about understanding your value and not rushing into commitments without proper consideration. The balance between giving attention and maintaining one's independence is crucial for developing and sustaining attraction in any relationship. Many men confuse being strategically scarce with emotional games, such as intentionally delaying responses to appear busy. This approach may increase interest in the short term, but in the long term, it tends to be unsustainable and perceived as dishonesty. Therefore, it is vital to understand how to balance your availability authentically and respectfully. Being busy versus playing emotional games. 1. Authenticity in being busy. Truly alpha men are busy not because they are avoiding someone, but because they are immersed in personal projects, work, hobbies, and social relationships that enrich their lives. This busyness is not a facade. It is a genuine representation of a full and interesting life. When you share these aspects of your life with women, they perceive your lack of availability as legitimate and therefore more attractive. 2. Emotional games. Unlike being genuinely busy, playing emotional games involves manipulating situations to create a perception of scarcity. This may include delaying responses to messages on purpose or canceling plans at the last minute to appear more desired. These tactics may work temporarily but tend to create an atmosphere of distrust and dissatisfaction, as the woman may begin to question the sincerity of your intentions. How to effectively balance. Transparency. Communicate openly about your life and commitments. Make it clear that you value your time together, but you also have responsibilities and interests outside of the relationship. This transparency creates a foundation of respect and trust. Proportional response. Instead of ignoring messages for hours or days to seem busy, respond proportionally to your actual level of occupation. If you are in the middle of a meeting or an important project, it is perfectly acceptable to respond later, explaining why you were unavailable. Prioritize mutual respect. In any relationship, mutual respect should be the cornerstone. This means respecting the other person's time and feelings as much as you respect your own. Maintaining this balance reinforces authenticity and mutual respect in all interactions. Encourage independence. Support and encourage the woman to have her own life, interests, and separate time. A relationship where both partners maintain their individualities is healthy and lasting. Demonstrate value without games. Show your value through real actions and achievements, not through games or manipulation. This solidifies your position as a high-value man who does not need to resort to tactics to maintain interest. At the end of this provocative and revealing journey, the most valuable lesson a man can learn is the importance of valuing himself above all else. Becoming a man of value is not simply about exercising male supremacy or manipulating social dynamics. It is about developing a deep respect for oneself and one's aspirations, and understanding that your attraction and value do not come from how much you please others, but from how well you conduct yourself on your personal journey. The real secret to maintaining a woman's interest is not in how often you can impress her with grand gestures or the constancy of your attention, but in how well you value and invest in yourself. Men who dedicate time to their own projects, passions, and personal growth naturally exude an aura of confidence and independence that is deeply attractive. This type of man does not seek validation because his satisfaction comes from within, from his own achievements and the respect he has for himself. By balancing your attention across various areas of life, you naturally become more attractive. This behavior not only shows that you have a full and interesting life but also that your time is valuable and limited. Women, like all of us, value what is rare and hard to obtain. When you are less available but genuinely engaged when present, it creates a cycle of respect and admiration that encourages deeper investment from them. Investing in yourself, whether through education, fitness, hobbies, or social relationships, not only improves your quality of life but also strengthens your position in any relationship. Women are naturally attracted to men who are passionate about their lives and do not depend on a relationship to complete their happiness or sense of identity. By adopting this approach, you not only become a man whom women want to be around but also someone they respect and admire. And more crucially, you become a man who respects himself, a fundamental aspect that transcends all other seduction and attraction tips. If you enjoyed this content and want to continue transforming your approach to confidence and seduction, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. This way you won't miss any of our videos and will continue on the path to becoming a man of value, mastering the arts of male supremacy and seduction. Join our community that challenges norms, questions intentions, and empowers itself every day. Subscribe now and take control of your romantic and personal life.